Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Although this is not Wizard 101 or Roblox, I wanted to do this video just because I can't really keep uploading Roblox and Wizard 101 because they're basically the same thing. So with this video, I want to introduce some sort of differentiation. Like, there is time between Wizard 101 and Roblox. Although, you have to understand that you I can't keep making videos because if I keep making those videos, I'll burn out eventually. So, with that in mind, I decided to make this video just to talk about a few things and how the channel is gonna go from now on. In between Wizard 101 and Roblox, I'll upload a few games, and if people don't actually like it, that's fine. I'll stop uploading it, although to me it's pretty fun just playing other games instead of Wizard 101. If you want to recommend me some other games that you want me to play, I will do that also. But nonetheless, I do enjoy playing other games, just maybe not Wizard 101 and Roblox always, just because it's just... there's so much to play, and there's other things that you can play as well. It's just... Alright, okay, that's what happens when I don't focus, but you get the point. If I keep playing these same old games, people are gonna get bored of it, and for me, it's all about being different, and yeah, I really gotta focus. So, a little bit of a history with this game is that it was on the Neo Geo. For those of you who don't know what the Neo Geo was, it was like a more expensive PlayStation. Yeah, more of a expensive PlayStation back in the day. And these things, barely anybody had the Neo Geo consoles, okay? Because they were just so expensive. Like, probably maybe $500. In today's standards, it's not really... I think it's still aged well, but considering back then it was like $500, I believe, barely anybody had these consoles. So if you wanted to play these fighting games, or games such as something called Metal Bomber, I believe. If you wanted to play those games, you either had to wait for Windows Vista to be able to emulate that, because I'm actually playing on an emulator right now called the Neo Geo Rage X, I believe. And it's probably no longer supported too much because there are newer and newer games coming out, and there's lots of emulators going around in the internet. So, with that in mind, you're basically getting a lot for your money, just getting to play these old games for free, which back then would have cost so much money just to play. And if people were introduced this in a more cheaper manner, I would say that it would have been a better hit, because graphically at the time, the graphics looked very good. I mean, honestly, you can't beat these graphics, guys. Come on. Although you can play these back then in the arcade, they just didn't have too much of a home release. And that's really what it was about the Neo Geo. It's just it was more of a console kind of thing rather than really anything else, to be honest. And in the arcades, the reason why they make it so much harder is because they want people to get the coins in and get them out as quick as possible for the next person to play. And quite honestly, while I think that's a nice idea, it's just once you master the game, it just you're playing for fun, all right? It's just it's not fun if you can exploit the game like this. Yeah, it's not. It's just not fun if you get if you get to just do this. And I'm playing on normal mode, normal arcade mode, which is it'll get harder once I keep playing, but you understand the point, all right? These games are meant to be difficult. The problem I find with these games is that since the difficulty is high in arcades, with each level, they tend to counter everything that you have. I'm not kidding when I say they counter everything, you know? I'm not kidding, okay? When I say they counter everything, I really do mean it. Yes, when you press one single thing, they will react to it even before you even use the move. This is what we call, well, I'm not exactly too sure if I remember it, but what it does is that it reads your keys, and it tries to sort of, it's like a probability roll whether it will counter you or not. If you slip up, it will cost you, I will tell you that. Everything they do will be limited to the amount of frames that you... Let's just say it matters frame to frame. So if you mess up on one single key frame, like if you even mess up by a pixel of a second, they will destroy you on hard mode, okay? I'm not kidding. What most people don't actually realize is that you really do need some kind of... You really do need some kind of sort of skill to this, and sort of... I don't know, this is... Alright, but anyway, you need to practice at fighting games if you're ever gonna get good at it. That's why many people play other games such as Street Fighter, but in this game it's a little special since you're seeing 3-on-3 fighting, alright? You have to know the moves of all three characters if you're ever gonna succeed. That's why it's very difficult in the King of Fighters series, is because you have to master all three of your characters in order to actually get good at the game. So, if you lose one character, you have to rely on the other. Alright, that got me. Ah, shoot. But again, you do have to master every three... I mean, later on in the other games, you have the chance of selecting them as a 3-on-3 free-for-all kind of thing. Well, not free-for-all, but you get to select the characters not as a team, but you can select them singularly, alright? Just, like, not in terms of each world, that it's a preset of 3 characters. You can select any 3 characters and put them in a team. That isn't until King of Fighters 95, and at this time, it's a pretty early system. And what you have to understand is that back then, we only had Street Fighter 2, or Street Fighter 2 Turbo, and that was in 1987. And this comes like 8 years after, I believe. Well, not 8 years, but close to 8 years. And during this time, what King of Fighters actually created was the sidestep maneuver over here, and the power bar, okay? However, before these games came the The Art of Fighting 2. The Art of Fighting 2 is actually the most hardest fighting game, I mean, that you'll ever have to... that you'll ever have the chance to play. It's just... Alright, well, okay, see... In this game, it's all about super fast reflexes, okay? If you're just, like I said, 1 pixel off, they will get you. And this isn't even on hard mode, look. Jeez. The AI likes to use those... They like to counter everything. I'm not kidding, guys. Again, if you want to play this game, there should be emulators available online. And if there isn't, I might provide a link to it if you want to play this. Though, keep in mind, it does require a lot of effort just to play this game. Alright, I'm gonna shut up now and try to concentrate. Anyway, guys, as I mentioned before, it does take a lot of skill just to... You really do need to learn this game. You can't just pick it up and play it, okay? If you do, you will get massacred by the AI, even on easy mode. The one nice thing about this feature of the game is that if you charge up your power meter, you can actually get a 30% power boost in terms of damage. So every single hit that you land on your enemy will do about 30% more. See what I mean? The AI likes to spam lots of moves. Yeah, I can spam moves, buddy. Oh. I got me. See, what it basically does is that it's already presetted if you... It reads your moves, basically. Wow, look at that. You see what I mean by how difficult it is? Just... Wow, okay. Alright guys, I'm gonna have to focus on this one. But you get what I mean when I say it's really, really difficult. Alrighty, guys. Again, you do have to focus when you're playing a game, and me narrating, it is pretty difficult, I'm not gonna lie. When you're narrating, you're generally not focusing on the game itself, but even on normal mode, I can get beaten pretty quickly by the AI if I don't focus. But generally, I like to have fun with the game. But yeah, I say "but" a lot, but you understand. I hope you understand how difficult it is to narrate at the same time. Wow, that went through him. What? Are you serious? Ah, oh well. I was so close to KO. One of the nice things about Team Mexico is that they get this this super lightning kick, I believe, which is this thing, and you can actually charge it up even before the timer goes down to 60. What the? Yeah, you can actually get him from an infinite loop if you just do this. Ah, okay, well, not always. You know, if I just keep spamming this, sometimes they will counter back, but yeah, see. If you just spam moves like this, sometimes it will work, but the whole main reason of an arcade is to get you in and get out as quickly as possible. And while I don't necessarily like that, it's the concept in today's arcades. It's supposed to get you frustrated so that you spend more money. Now, I will tell you, this stage is probably the hardest, okay? Yeah, this character is the most frustrating you'll have to deal with. Okay, never mind. But usually she's very frustrating to deal with because she basically goes all over the place. And you really have no time to react whatsoever. Yes, there's literally no room for error in this game, alright? Except maybe on easy mode, but... Wow, are you serious? I barely had like 1 second. Oh yeah, sometimes the game glitches out when you beat them for no apparent reason. Well, not no apparent reason. It's just that it doesn't like to lose, so the game flashes. Yeah, the game likes to flash red on the corner on the right screen of the picture. I'm not exactly too sure why it happens, but okay, alright. Yeah, sometimes that happens if the game is like it just goes all over the place if it loses for some reason. It's like it didn't expect to lose, but you know you beat it anyway. Oh, and the story to this is that you're actually invited to a tournament where you're supposed to fight to win some kind of money or prize. Not exactly too sure what the prize was, but you know, people are fighting for it. And the the host of the tournament actually betrays you, and what it was is to collect the most powerful fighters in the entire world in order to defeat them and basically turn them into statues. Which I don't really understand it too much, but the plot is it's not very thick, it's very dense. It could have used a little bit more substance. I mean, you're dealing with a black arms trader, a black market arms trader, just hosts a tournament for fighters so that they can ultimately just dip them in a metal bloodbath and turn them into statues. A few nice things about this game is that you'll notice a few different characters in the cutscenes. If you manage to see a little bit of it, there was a Guile from Street Fighter. And before I have to mention this, Street Fighter was very popular in both Japan and the US. Although the US did have Street Fighter 5, it just wasn't as good. And I would make a video on Street Fighter 5, I don't have words to say on it's not good. Alright, well. Oh, one of the other features to this game is that there's your teammates can actually help you if you're stuck in a hole. So if I actually grabbed by somebody, grabbed by the enemy, my teammates can come and actually knock them off and actually try to... Don't worry guys, this boss is really easy, okay? I mean, he does insane damage, but if you just focus a little, he's insanely easy. Well, maybe I overthought this, but you know, he's actually a pretty easy boss as long as you focus. Yeah, he also jumps all over the place. Yeah, but the whole entire game is just games are meant to be... Get out of my way. Games are just meant to be fun, and yeah, they're meant to be fun, okay? Just some games you do need to have some sort of experience with it, but generally you don't need as much skill as some games do, such as fighting games. And although this commentary isn't as good, you do have to understand that I'm trying to play probably one of the most harder games, the harder games of fighting games. It's not the hardest. If you want a hard game, try Art of Fighting 2. No, barely anybody played it back in the day because it was on the Neo Geo, and again, as I've said before, the Neo Geo is one of those games that are... The Neo Geo was very expensive, guys. Barely anybody could afford it. So, here's the ending. So, why did I choose this game? Back then, my brother actually played this game, and I was like, what is this game? I asked him that, okay? He was like 18 at the time, and then I was like, well, that looks fun, can I play? And he was like, no. So, it took me quite a while to search this game up. Well, not search this entire series up, and then I just found out that there were many games of this line, and then it goes from 94, 95, and 96, and then so on. It still goes on today, although it transferred over to the 3D era. But up until 2015 or 2016, it was still 2D. Until King of Fighters 13, I believe, it sort of transitioned into a 2D, 3D-ish style, where the art was a bit more... It transferred over into a better sort of graphics thing, but anyway, you get the idea, guys. If you enjoyed this video, why not put a like button on it? If you didn't, dislike it. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.